It's on?
Okay. All right. So we are going to discuss this task, geometry task. You all are starting your unit 4, which is partly geometry. So we're going to discuss this task countertop and kind of talk about how you can utilize it in your classroom. What do you think the students will need to know in order to be successful with completing the task? Okay? All right, so first of all, let's look at the standards here. And looking at our first one, this is just A1, where they have to find the area of triangles, quadrilaterals, polygons, and then they're going to do some composing and some decomposing too. And then it looks like they're going to do some real world and mathematical problems. So just based on this standard, what do you think the students, which I kind of said, but what do you think the students will have to or are going to be able to do based on this standard?
Okay, so they need to know how to find the area of the right triangle, of quadrilaterals, and they need to understand what it means to compose or decompose the different shapes.
Okay. Compose and decompose the different shapes. All right, anything else they will have to do with this?
I guess I could say making sure they understand what in the real world context.
Okay. Okay.
What the problem is asking them to do.
All right.
So be able to create the shape based upon what's written.
Okay. All right. So they got that application part to go along with this too. All right. Good. Okay. All right. So now let's look at the second standard because there's an NS to go along with this too. So let's talk about that. What are the students going to have to do with this standard?
Okay, so this one goes back to the fluently adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, multi-digit decimals. But they have to be able to do that in order to determine what the area is of the figures.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they're going hand in hand.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me.
And they're going to give them more than just whole numbers, like they're going to have some decimals also on those figures.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. And then let's look at our standards for mathematical practice.
They stands for problem solving and persevere in solving them, reason abstractly and quantitatively, and model with mathematics. So I think once if they're able to do all of that, then these would definitely fall into place.
Okay. All right. So they got to be able to find out the area and all this other stuff first.
Right.
And once they are able to do this stuff right here, will fall through with it, or fall in line with it.
Come in automatically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's look at the task itself. So we're just pretty much unpacking this task.
Okay.
That's pretty much all we're doing here. Okay. So let's talk about the task itself. Let's look at the first part under the task. And what is it saying that the students need to know? Is there something there that the students will need to know?
Yeah, so they're making sure that they know that the shapes that's on there, they're all gonna represent 90 degrees, so they don't have to try to measure and see what anything is. They're letting them know that all corners that appear to be 90-degree angles are 90-degree angles.
Okay.
So they don't have to try to use a compass or anything to measure or try to figure out.
Okay. All right. So now let's look at part A of this, where it's asking them to find the area. What do you think the students do? The students will you just be introducing this to them? Is this going to be instruction? You're going to use this as instruction, or is this where they've already done area and this is kind of like a culminating kind of thing? How are you going to use this?
Well, my plans is to use it as a structural. So before we get started, I'm walking them through it. So before we get started, they're gonna see a video to make sure that they understand how to find the area of these composite figures. So I'm kind of walking them through it as we go, so that way we can get all those standards covered, or as many standards as we possibly can cover
Right.
before
Okay.
the time is up. So,
Okay.
yeah, the first thing I see is a video on area.
Okay.
On the area.
Okay, all right, so now, when they're watching the video, or when they're looking at the video, what are the students going to be doing while they're looking at the video?
They should be taking notes.
Okay.
I'll pause the video at some points and get them opportunity to take notes, and write the formulas down that they possibly be using in this, task.
Okay, okay. You think there should be any visuals, like visual models for the students to be able to see, to help them, with finding the area, to help them to see like those where it have base and height? You think there's something that you could use to help them?
Well, actually, my plans is to put it on the Elmo and work along with them.
Okay.
And, try to figure out, the different shapes that they see inside.
Okay, okay,
So,
all right, good. All right, so the first thing you would do, cause it's asking you for the area, so you said you were gonna, play a video, and the video is going to introduce them the area, you're gonna use, models, you're gonna stop it, they're gonna be taking notes, so the students are gonna be doing something while the video is, along with the video, not while it's going on, cause while it's going on, then they won't be paying attention. Okay, all right, so that's dealing with area, for that. And then, now, what do you think the students will do whenever they see this figure and then it says find the area? So how are you gonna help them be successful with finding the area, you know, of this? What would they have to do with this composite figure?
Once we go through the figure and break it up into the different, shapes. that we
Okay, so
see
you're gonna break it
inside,
up, okay, all right, so you're gonna break it up into different shapes, okay.
And then we'll apply it as we go.
Okay, all right, that sounds good, yeah, okay. All right, and so then part B is part A was just finding the area, okay, of all the different, shapes. So how does finding the area of this composite figure, how does it relate to the standard?
So, the first part, the second part is, it says Mr. Hennon will pay $23.25. So that's where our decimal come into play. And we need to know how to multiply those decimals.
Yeah.
Add them all up in order to figure out the total area for the countertop. And then the total money that he's gonna make based upon the measurements that they found.
Okay, so that's that second standard right here, multiply fluently. But what about this first one up here, where it's talking about the area of triangles and all that stuff? Because what are they doing to this composite figure in order to make the, to get it into the shapes?
So once we break the, shape up, we're gonna find the area of each of the shapes that we
Okay.
found.
So they're taking that bigger figure and they're decomposing it,
Okay.
into the triangles and other shapes, okay. All right, and you already said that part B, that's where the second standard come in, with them multiplying numbers, fluently, cause they give them how much it costs per square foot, and then they're gonna just have to find the total amount of money that he will, pay for. Okay, and then what about, let's look at that last part, where it says they have to show their work or explain their answer. What are you gonna have the students to do, for that? Cause you know, you might have some students be like, I already have an answer, or you might try to use a calculator. Is this a calculator standard?
It is not, I think.
It's not,
I have
okay.
to check again, but I don't think it is a calculator standard.
Okay, so then that's one thing we can do, go and see if it's a calculator standard, cause if it is, then that will make it easier, but if it's not, then.
Since it has a 6 NS3, I think that one is calculated.
Oh, okay, alright,
So, but, I'm just gonna have them to, first they're going to have to do their 3-read and, work through this problem. Write down, what the problem is asking them to do, make sure they understand what is being asked. And then they're gonna have to show, they can't just explain, they have to actually show me what they did in order to get, the area for each figure. For
okay.
like figure number 1, what was the area, figure number 2, what was the area.
Okay, alright, that's good, breaking it down so they can see, that's good. Okay, this sounds good, like this is gonna be a good task, so.
I think it's gonna be pretty good.
I think so too. So thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
Yes. What was that?